managed to collect and play through the entire Genesis library. I have a firm understanding of what's available on the console, as well as what's good and not so good. And today I want to look into the top 5 best RPGs on the Genesis. Let me know what you think about the list in the comments below, and if you want me to do a part 2 video, also let me know. But let's get right into it. At number 5, we have Crusader of Sin. This title is getting ever expensive, mostly due to its growing popularity nowadays, and the fact that it has a cardboard box doesn't help very much. Most people like to describe this game as a Zelda clone. There are many resemblances. The character has 8-way control, cut down various plants to find apples, kill enemies for gold, upgrade your weapons and armor along the journey. Typical RPG elements, but this is one of the best looking and smoothest playing games of its kind. Definitely the best of its kind on the Genesis. There's a big world to explore here, with plenty of dungeons, boss battles, people and creatures to talk to, and you'll even pick up some companions along the way. If you can afford to pick this one up, or you can find it for a good price, definitely do so. If not, check out an emulator and see what you think. At number 4, we have Shining Force. This is an earlier title on the console, but as far as presentation, menus, and battle system, I feel this series has done a lot for the RPG genre. The Sega Genesis saw Shining Force 1 and Shining Force 2. There are a few other games in the series, including Shining Force 3 for Sega CD. I really like the music in this game. It's very easy to listen to and suits the environment well. There's something about the way you battle in this game that is very addicting. I like how it actually cuts to different animation for the fighting sequences. And it might look simple, but there's a lot of strategy involved with who you place where and when. If you haven't played Shining Force 1 or 2, definitely put these on your list. At number 3, we have Phantasy Star 4. I know I probably could have put every Phantasy Star on the Genesis on this list, but that kind of would have defeated the purpose, and I feel the games on this list are better in most circumstances. But Phantasy Star 4 is a great showcase of the series. They've taken everything from the first game and beyond and polished everything up, especially the animation in the text sequences and how the players look and control. The gameplay is fairly quick and the battle sequences are easy to learn. Similar to Shining Force, which I didn't mention but I'm sure you saw, you acquire many other people to join your party along the way. If you haven't played a Phantasy Star game and you're looking RPG on the Genesis, If you can find number 2, 3, or 4 for a decent price, definitely check them out. At number 2, we have Wonder Boy in Monster World. Probably my favorite game on the console. Always thoroughly enjoyed this experience, but I really tried to not be super biased with my opinion, so we'll just leave it at number 2. I really do like everything about this game, especially music and presentation. Simple little things like layers scrolling in front of your character, the way you enter and exit shops, and how they look on the inside and outside. The gameplay is great, there's a few secrets to discover, and I really do wish we had a chance to experience more Wonder Boy ports on the Genesis. There is one on the Japanese Mega Drive and on various other consoles, but they're all expensive as hell. It'd be nice to see a cheap compilation with a new game. If you haven't played it yet, I really don't know what you're waiting for. Before we get to number 1, I have an honorable mention. This one's called Shining in the Darkness. I just did a review on this the other day if you want to check that out, but I was thoroughly impressed as far as the pseudo 3D. There are similar games on the console that have tried stuff like this. I believe Dungeons and Dragons, or Sword of Sodan, or Vermilion, or one of those games. But I felt Shining in the Darkness was done very well in every which way, aside from repetitive labyrinth memorization. But I'll let you be the judge. Check it out for yourself. And at number 1, we have Shining Force 2. This game is essentially an exact replica of the first one. The story has been altered, and the gameplay is ramped up in every way. All of the NPC encounters and the battles themselves are sped up to make the gameplay a lot more smooth and enjoyable. The music in this game is just as good as the first, if not better. Gather up some allies, and position yourselves properly to destroy the enemies. If you haven't played either Shining Force 1 or 2, and you can find either of them for a good price, definitely pick them up. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. But that concludes my top 5 best RPGs on the Sega Genesis. Like I said earlier in the video, if you want me to do a part 2 to this, or if you have anything to say about my decisions, definitely let me know in the comments below. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see here on Retro Sunday, consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're aware of every time that I upload. And we'll see you soon. Have a good night.